You slowly begin to awaken, groggy and in pain. The pain emanating from the back of your head. You're not entirely sure how you got here or where here is. Before you fully come to your senses, a putrid smell strikes you, an acidic smell mixed with rotting damp and mold. The thumping pain from the back of your head snaps you back to your senses as you try to focus your eyes. You realize you've been stripped of all your possessions. You see the hard iron bars of the cell that surrounds you, and you feel the cold stone floor beneath your bare legs. Only the dim flicker of the torchlight aids your vision. Suddenly you hear a voice. No, 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 please, no! Followed by a dull fizzing noise. A male voice aggressively barks, now get rid of the others, followed by a door that slams. Upon closer inspection of your surroundings, you spot 2 more cells, or 3 more cells. The cells are attached by a chain system that connect to the center of the room between 2 pillars. The fiery embers of a small brazier light the way. Following the chains, they head over to the rear of the room before heading down to a large wooden lever. The other cells appear to hold other humanoids, 2 of which appear lifeless on the ground. Jesse, you wake up in similar circumstances. However, you're tied to a pillar in the center of the room, the rope around your waist and arms. You see directly in front of you a second pillar, similar to the one you're tied to. That's when you hear, why bother, they're going to kill us anyway, followed by some footsteps that appear to be heading your way. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh, shit.
Right off the bat, love it.
Right off the bat.
Yep.
Oh, I need to turn on action dice or whatever and turn off that horrible beeping sound.
Yeah, I had to do that.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, I got
13. Oh, wait, plus my
initiative. I got 10 total.
Dexterity.
I got 8.
Oh, right. I forgot I changed my stuff on it. So it's plus dexterity. Yeah. Which is amazingly -1. So I rolled 12.
12.
That is amazing.
Jordan, would you say you're Jesse? Did you say you're 10?
10 total, yeah.
I definitely wouldn't say he's a 10.
Out of 100.
I still wouldn't be that nice.
Ooh.
Hey now.
You're an all-star.
Get your game on.
Jesse definitely needs to.
Okay. Jordan, you're up first.
Okay.
Ooh.
What am I doing? What am I rolling against?
You're not
What
rolling
are
against
you
anything.
doing?
Essentially, you're in a cage.
Okay.
You can see that there's chains that go up to the ceiling. So I mean, it doesn't look. Do you want to roll me some investigation? I guess if you're looking around at your
Would that be investigation or perception?
investigation, I think, because I'm making an assumption that you're looking for a way out here.
All right. And you're sure you don't want perception because that's +2. Investigation is 0.
I mean, to be fair, I guess as you come to your senses,
it's 13.
You notice that the
11.
cage doesn't necessarily look like it's attached to the floor because of this pulley system that you can see.
Well, see, I was actually about to ask that if it was attached to the floor or not.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's movable. Whether you've got the ability to move it is a different matter. But it certainly doesn't look like these have been put here for the reason they're being used for.
All right. Well, I mean, how smart's my character so I can figure this out? I mean, he's not stupid. That guy out there is a counterweight. If he moves closer, it should make it where they can move.
What, you mean the one who's tied to the pillar?
Oh, I thought he was kind of standing out in the open.
No, that's just he's currently tied to the pillar.
Oh, you're a crappy counterweight.
Yeah.
So what you know is you look around, you see these chains coming up from your cage and the other cages. There's a sort of a ring system above your cages heading towards the center of the room where there's another ring, and then you see the chains head off behind the pillar. Just behind that pillar where Jesse is, you can see a lever that looks like it's connected to those chains.
It's impossible. We're screwed. We're all gonna die here. I yell over to whoever Jesse's character is to see if he's conscious.
Yeah, I mean, he looks awake.
Yeah,
As-
I mean,
as-
because
as
I
alert-
don't know
as
his
alert.
character's name or anything yet, so I'm just kind of
Yeah.
yelling, "Hey, you!"
As alert as he can be.
What?
Oh, can you reach that lever over there? We're a little stuck.
I'm a little tied up at the moment.
Oh, got puns for days. Okay, can you kick it? Reach it with your face. Yell
Can I
at
make can I make a sleight of hand to try and get out of my bindings or
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah, I
How
mean, I think,
how
I
much
think
motion do I have?
you can use sleight of hand. I mean, the ropes are tied around your waist and your arm, so it looks like there's whoever's done this hasn't done it particularly well. I don't think they were expecting any kind of movement.
All right, let's see. We're off to a bang up start.
I see why they weren't expecting any movement.
He
Yeah,
roll
I
a
mean,
1?
That's a nat
Yep,
one.
he
Yeah.
did. He did.
Sorry, I didn't realize your
You
character
managed
was
to make-
paraplegic.
You managed to make the ropes tighter.
He got out, got another rope, and tied it around him.
That's the game, folks. Thank you for joining us.
You actually
Yeah.
tie your hands together.
Well, so that's my turn. I'm struggling against the ropes.
Did you want to? I mean, you're tied to this pillar. Did you want to try and move? Did you? You?
Yeah, can I
used-
like
You've used your action. I'm sure you can still move.
can I kind of like
Yeah.
move around the pillar?
Yeah. So
over
you can sort
there?
of scoot round to the pillar.
And now is that lever within, say, kicking range?
No. So these are 5-foot squares. So you're kind of. It's just probably out of reach. I mean, you can make an athletics check for me. See if you can.
Okay, what
Take
is
a
my
shoe at it.
athletics?
Yeah. See if you can. I
Oh,
mean, bear in
no.
mind you're wearing nothing pretty much. You're in sort of
Ooh.
just a sort of a loincloth type,
And that draws in the feet.
some kind of undergarments.
See, look at that, nat 20.
Okay.
His willy
you-
shoots out and hits the lever.
Yeah, right. I kick off my sandal and it strikes the lever.
He said we don't have anything.
So you're stretching out as best you can, and it looks like it's a long way. Kyle, you're watching this and you're thinking, "There's no way he's ever going to reach it." It looks like there's a good foot short, and then all of a sudden,
It's like
All
Michael
of a
Jordan
sudden.
from Space Jam.
yeah, he just manages to click it, and that seems to be enough for it to trigger. And as it does, you hear the noise of chains rattling above your head as the cages start to lift in synchronization up above your heads.
That's
At that point,
bad.
you also hear two very panicked people as they run back towards the room, realizing that something's going on, and make
Oh, is
it
that
just
them?
make it just inside the room. These guys, they look like normal civilians. They look, they don't look like they've been treated particularly well. They're they're wearing some fairly ripped and torn and battered rags, a few bruises, etc. But they look like they're intent on doing their job as well, which is, as you heard, to get rid of you.
Well, that was my turn.
Kyle,
Oh.
yeah, you got a bonus action if you want to use it, Jesse. Don't know what you could do.
Yeah, I don't really have any bonus actions.
You still got some movement as well if you wanted to. Let's say it took you sort of 10 foot or so to skirt around the back.
I'm still tied to that pole, so there's not much I can go. I'll stay right there for now.
Okay. Kyle, it's your turn.
Yeah. Right. You said it's just a rope that's holding Jesse.
Yep.
All right.
There is just behind you as well. There is a crate, or a chest, or a couple of chests that are there. But yes, it's just a standard rope that's tying Jesse to that pillar.
All right. And the two guys that just came in, they look kind of like mean. What you said, right?
They look like they are guards of this scenario. They look like they're based on what you heard. There was someone giving them orders, and it looks like they're coming to fulfill those orders.
But it also kind of
Right.
sounded like they're kind of like a militia. Like they're not necessarily a trained guard force. They're closer to civilians than anything. Yeah.
Based on what you can see, they don't look like they're.
Yeah,
they
like they're
don't
not
look like
heavily
they're-
armored.
Yeah,
or...
they don't look like they've maybe got any rank in this scenario. They look like they've just been told to do a job and they're doing it.
Yeah, I don't like where I am, so I am going to cast Magic Missile. 2 darts at the 2 guys, and then the 3rd dart is going to hit the pillar. See if I can cut the rope.
Kill Jesse. Oh.
Okay.
That is 3d4s. And I'm just gonna roll them individually.
Yeah.
Yeah, magic missile. They just take the damage, don't they? There isn't a.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
make hit
save for
miss.
It's the only magic spell in D&D that doesn't have any roll. It strikes unerringly.
And then you just take a million shots at one enemy whenever you're a high enough level, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Scott, this guy took 2.
Okay.
The
The top
bottom
one-
guy, yeah, the top
bottom
one
took
took 2.
Okay.
Bottom guy took 3, and the pillar/rope took 3 damage also.
Okay. You're aiming at the rope. Or the
Yeah.
pillar. Okay.
Yeah, the rope that's attached to the pillar.
Okay. So I mean, they all with unerring accuracy all hit their targets.
Yeah.
The 2 guys, their eyes widen. They can see that they've got some problems. The rope around 25's waist snaps. He's still stretching, trying to sort of get back from the lever, and he just falls onto his ass. And then it's their turn. So they.
I'm gonna shout, "You're welcome." Now get us out of here, or get us down.
They obviously see the danger coming from Kyle and head over.
Aren't they? All right, I have a question.
Mhm.
You said the cages
Yep.
lifted them up, or
No, just literally lifted off them. So these cages are sort of they're on the floor. There isn't a ground to these. A bottom
yeah?
to
So
these
you're
cages.
you're
They're
free.
free
Kyle.
to move.
Oh.
Yeah, you can move if you want. Sorry if I didn't explain that. Oh well,
Yeah.
you can move if you'd like, Kyle.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah,
whenever you-
sorry. So you were in cages that were
Yeah.
touching the ground, but there was no bottom to
But
them.
then, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
they've
so they lifted up, so
Yeah.
you're free.
Correct.
Oh, nice. All right.
So you can move if you'd like, or a bonus action if you'd like.
Let me see.
So why did those 2 guys retreat?
Oh, because Kyle never
Kyle
moved
hasn't
because
finished his turn.
he didn't
Oh.
realize.
I see.
Yeah, that was my fault.
I mean, I understood you, Scott.
No, I got it. I think Kyle was just.
I thought
confused,
we
which makes
lifted
sense.
up with the cages.
Oh.
Is how.
I mean, you could if you wanted to hold on, you could
Yeah.
just be hanging there.
Actually, it might be safer at this point.
Yeah. You know what?
Depends how high-
Yeah. I'm. Or, you know what? Want to move over here, and is it possible for me to take the torch off the wall?
Yeah, you can grab hold of the torch.
All right. I'm gonna take the torch
Okay.
off so that I have a blunt weapon.
Okay.
You got
Just,
a blunt? Nice.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna head up. I mean, he's gonna stand underneath the cage because that's the quickest route to you, and he's gonna have a pop at you. He's gonna swing his fist, so he lunges forward with his right hand, and he rolls a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And as he does, he connects smack on your jaw. 3 points of damage as it clatters against your jaw, sending you backwards. The other guy, spurred on by this current situation, seeing you take some damage, heads over, and also has a swing at you. And he rolls a 2, swinging his hand and missing you completely as you just pull backwards from the first blow. Back to the top of the order. It's you, Jordan.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna stand with this guy. who I don't know yet, and pull the lever again.
Okay. As you do, the jail cell just slams back down. I mean, sort of.
Yeah, but the
pretty
one
quickly.
guy's under it.
Yep, pretty quickly. He looks up, and as he sees the jail cell just slam down in front of him, he reaches his hand out, trying to grab at Kyle, but not quite making contact.
Yay. All right. So that was an interaction, right? Not an action.
Mhm.
All right. Then I want to try and duke the other guy out.
Okay.
If they're low on health, I don't want to kill them. I just want to try and knock them out if possible.
Okay.
So you got to shout non-lethal as you attack.
Yeah.
I got that. Yeah.
Well, that's why I said it now, Jesse.
Yeah, no,
I figured that bit out. Thanks, Jesse.
I just always have
that?
loved the fact that like you can shout non-lethal as you're hitting them, and that makes it
Yeah.
okay.
18.
Yeah, that hits.
Nice. And that's 4. Or plus, do I add any bonuses to that?
No, I think we're just rolling for melee combat. You tend to do lots less damage, so
Yeah.
we're taking the rule that we're just a straight up D4.
So you went with D4. Yeah. Okay.
Is the
All
way
right,
to
sounds
go.
good.
So yeah, 4 damage.
Yeah, he's still standing. He looks a bit ropey. He's still standing though,
Ropey.
as in he looks a bit groggy.
Ah.
He's made of licorice.
Yeah.
It's I think it's Kyle's go. Oh no, it's
is it-
Jesse.
yeah,
Oh no,
I
we
was gonna
jumped
say-
the order, didn't we? Because Jesse
We-
cut in front of trying to hit the lever. So
Well, but I was next anyway. Kyle, I believe. If I'm not
Yeah, you
mistaken,
go.
mine was 10. I
Yeah,
think.
mine was 8.
okay,
All right. I don't like being stood over, so I'm just gonna shift over 1, which I do believe doesn't take me out of,
Yep.
his thing. So
Mhm.
there's no. And I'm gonna do a melee attack, which I'm not proficient in, so it's just a 19.
just the 19 hits.
Nice.
For 1 damage.
which
And
is-
that's not the guy in the cage. The other one, the one
Okay.
who's ropey, as he had
Okay,
so eloquently put.
that is enough to knock him out.
Yes, I got the
Yeah.
kill. I don't say that.
He falls up against the cage. The other guy's still shouting at all of you. He's like, "No, don't leave me in here! Please don't leave me in here!" And you're
No, interrogate him.
now out of initiative as well.
What's it to you if we do leave you in here?
I mean, they'll kill me if you leave me in here. But I mean, chances are,
You'll kill us if you don't.
well, yeah. I mean, that's what they told us to do. But maybe we can make a deal.
Such as,
I can help you get out.
And how are you going to do that?
Well, I mean, I can. They'll be upstairs. I can tell them to come down, and you can ambush them or something.
We have no weapons. No way of doing that.
Okay, well, maybe we can sneak out together.
Why couldn't we just sneak out ourselves?
Well, I mean, you could, but you wouldn't leave me here, would you?
I'm
Maybe.
going to start rifling through the other guy's pocket.
Okay.
You said there's chests here, right?
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
go through them also.
So that's your
That's my
Rifle-
pocket
your
rifle.
rifling through pocket check.
Yeah.
They don't seem to have anything, and neither of them seem to have anything. They're sort of in rags and tatters.
Could roll.
Yeah, you don't need to roll for opening a chest. I
Alright.
mean, the chest opens. In it, you find 1 light hammer,
1 light hammer. All right.
1 dagger,
I will pocket that.
a rope,
All right.
1 lockpick tool, and a potion of healing.
I will go ahead and drink the potion.
Okay. So is it 1d4 plus 4? Is that how much potions are?
Depends on the level.
It's the lowest level.
Yeah.
Then
2d4 plus 2. I did write it down somewhere. 2d4 plus 2, I think, is the lowest level.
Yeah, that sounds right. 5, so I'm back to full.
The guy in the cage is starting to get a bit concerned. He's starting to get worried. He's like, please take me with you. We can get out of here. I'll tell you what I know.
You can tell us what you know from the cage.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've been down here for quite a while. They don't really look after us. They all stay upstairs. They used, there's quite a few of them. They brought us down here. They said they'd pay us and take us in and let us join, but they just left us down here and looking after you lot.
What force of corruption is this they you speak?
They're the Crimson Lotus.
I am not aware of this faction.
Well, they're just a gang of guys trying to, they claim they're going to change the world, but they pay well. So, we decided we should earn some money while we can.
And what did they want with me?
I don't know. Who are you?
I'm the one asking the questions here. I'm wondering why I was taken in.
I have no idea. They just brought you down here.
You said they wanted to kill us. Why?
Why? I don't know. They brought you down here. They said to keep an eye on you, and then they told us to get rid of the girl, and now get rid of you.
The girl?
Yeah, the girl. And at that moment, you can see he looks. You see a little bit of he looks a bit of I guess sort of sorrow in his eyes as he realizes that a situation that maybe he was in charge of, that didn't really pose any threat a few moments ago has turned a bit sour. As he says the girl, he looks out of the doorway.
So he looks that direction?
Yeah, that's the only way in and out of the room.
All right.
I'm done here, and I'm starting to make my way.
No, don't leave me.
I also turn and kind of start making my way that way.
Same.
Okay. He's obviously desperate. He's shouting, please don't leave me. I haven't got anything to offer, but I'm sure between us we can get out of here.
I'm sure your friend will wake up eventually.
Okay. So he's obviously at the back of the room begging for forgiveness, begging for a way out. You guys approach the room, and as you do, you sort of who's first? Who's approaching the doorway first? It's not really a door. It's an open entrance to this sort of cylindrical room. In front of you, you see another pathway that just literally leads straight down here. The room in front of you at the end of the corridor, you can see outside of the door is just a huge cylinder that goes up maybe 100, 200 foot. It's this massive silo essentially, built of stone. The pathway either side of you has no edges. As you sort of look, you can see that it goes down a long way, but it just disappears into darkness from the angle you're looking at. You can't really see a lot in the room at the end. You can just see this large cylinder. The light coming from this room is helping a little bit. There's a little bit of light in the room at the end. You can see another one of the pillars, but you can't really see a great deal more.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
I'm kind of waiting for 25 because he was going to start walking.
I go through.
Okay. As you roll me some perception as you take a
Or I guess Jesse. I don't know his character yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will get to it.
17 total.
Okay. As you look over the edge, you see a long way down to maybe 50-foot drop off the edge. What you do see are some large slimes, and in one of them, you see a lifeless female, eyes looking back up. Obviously, the lady that they were talking about, clearly been thrown off the edge of this platform and then devoured by one of the slimes.
So she's no more.
She doesn't look good. There's not a lot of movement there. As you approach this room, your eyes sort of adjust to the light. There is a little bit of light in this room.
Mm-hmm.
What did you roll? You rolled a 17.
17 total. I do have superior dark vision.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it lights it up a little bit. And what you do see is a large cylindrical room that goes up 100 foot or so. In the room, you notice hundreds of eggs.
Oh God, we're an alien.
Covered in webbing. Some of them, from where you're standing, it looks like they're moving. It looks like there's sort of a pulsating movement to some of them. To your right, you notice a large oak door. To your left, behind some of sort of the eggs and the webbing, you can see the top of a sort of a crate or a chest. As you look up, you also notice some kind of movement up above you. It looks large.
All right. I'm going to kind of slowly and as stealthily as possible, being mindful of the eggs, I want to make my way over to the chest.
Okay,
or whatever it is.
Roll me some stealth.
All right.
What could go wrong?
Absolutely nothing can go wrong. 19 total.
Okay. I mean, it's less about, you feel like it's less about making noise, but you're very, very careful of where you're putting your feet, avoiding all of the eggs and making it over to the chest.
Yeah, exactly. I've been around spiders. I don't want to disturb them because Mama would not be happy.
Okay. As you open the chest, you find a short bow with
Very
10
nice.
arrows and some leather armor.
I am taking all of that and keeping it for myself.
Okay.
And
anyone else doing anything? You staying where you are?
Yeah, I go back to the guy that's in the cage and I ask what all the eggs are.
Oh, that's her. There's a spider. There's a giant spider. Please don't leave me down here with it.
Then why did you throw the girl into a slime?
They said that we had time before anything happened down here and that we were due to move. And not to worry about it, but some of those eggs have been moving. And she leaves us alone as long as we leave her alone. But I get the feeling that's changing.
I agree. It looks like she's having 2 meals tonight, and I turn back around and go over by Ignis. Or the person I don't know.
Please don't leave me down here.
I look over to Jordan's character and say, I don't know about you, but I do not like spiders. Especially whatever the mama is or however big she's going to be.
And that's kind of shrug. I had to try all the character tropes. Last time was me getting to try the goofy character. This time I get to try the broody character.
Oh God, we have 2 broody
Yeah,
characters.
2 broodies. Or the 2D broodies.
What makes you think you've only got 2?
That's fair.
True.
Okay, what's happening?
Well, if no one else is doing anything, I'm gonna make my way to the.
Okay.
I believe you said it's down this way.
Yeah, it's a large oak door.
Does it open?
I mean, I'm sure it does.
I mean,
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not a door.
That's true.
Yep.
Do you want
Then it's just a wall.
Are you trying it?
I'm trying it.
Okay, it's locked.
Can I? I'm gonna use the tip of one of the arrows to try to pick the lock.
Okay.
I would just use the hammer that Ignis got.
Well, I don't know that he has that or anything. He
Or-
didn't announce that he got any lock-picking tools or anything of that nature. So I'm using what I have currently.
Roll
You
me.
saw him go over the chest and then chug a potion.
Roll me sleight of hand with disadvantage.
All right. 11 is my disadvantage.
Okay, you've seen people do this before.
Mm-hmm.
You bend down, you get on your knees, you're trying to find. I guess you're trying to find a way in the keyhole of getting the arrowhead in. Or
Yeah.
the side of the door. You try. You can't really quite get it in far enough to find any kind of purchase.
If I had $1, let me tell
Regular
you.
issue. Yeah.
And at that point, can everybody roll me some initiative, please?
Oh God. 6 total. Lovely.
Got a 9 total. Nice.
I got 20.
So Jordan, Kyle, Jesse. Okay. Jesse, you're the one who noticed the movement up above you. You look back up, obviously a little bit paranoid that something's up there, and the fact that you're surrounded by webbing and eggs is giving you a good indication that there might be a spider up there.
Right.
As you look out of the darkness, you see a large, spindly, glossy black leg protrude out of the darkness, followed by another leg, and then some mandibles and 8 eyes glaring down. You feel like even though you've been as quiet as you can be, the sense of something else is present, and it's starting to just maybe eye up what's happening, especially with the eggs down in this location. Jordan, you'll go.
Okay, so where exactly is this creature at?
Up above, about 100 or so foot up above you. Not up above you, up above Jesse in this cylindrical room.
Oh, okay, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
He has a bow.
Yeah, I do.
So do I,
mean,
even? So I know this creature is there, correct?
You know that he's told you that the other person told you there was a spider.
Okay.
And that it was a large spider. That's as much as you know. I mean, I don't think 25 has given any indication that there's anything going on, anything else going on.
Okay. I mean, I don't even have any weapons or anything, so I'm just kind of, I guess, chilling, keeping my distance from everything.
Okay.
So, like, obviously, I don't want to go in the egg room until I know it's all clear.
Okay.
And until 25 kind of lets us know that or what's going on.
I mean, you can hold your action if you'd like to do that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to hold my action.
Okay, until
Um,
something happens.
well, no, not necessarily something. If something drops down on Jesse, that's his fault. But if it like tries to attack me or something, then I'm going to defend myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, if it also tries to run back to go after these two, I'll try and help as well. The two randoms.
Ignis, what are you doing?
I'm gonna look over to Jordan's character and show him the light hammer and ask if he knows how to use one of these.
I'll give it a swing and I grab it.
Sure. I hand it to him.
I just kind of do it in a second guess. I don't just kind of reach and grab it.
Okay.
No thank yous, muttered.
Anything else?
I
We'll
put
say
on
that was just
sunglasses.
we'll say that was just an interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move. Or
So what type of
Yeah.
hammer is this? Is this like a weapon hammer or
light-
is this like a tool?
Yeah, no, like a proper light weapon hammer does 1d6. Oh no, it doesn't. Hold on. Does
Is it just like a throwing hammer? Or is it a-
1d4 bludgeoning
Oh.
damage.
So nothing changes.
No.
Yeah.
But at least you've got. A
Well,
hammer.
you could.
You
if
can add your
you're-
strength to it.
Yeah,
as well.
you add your
Yeah.
strength.
Oh yeah, that's true. I got my and my.
'cause
Yeah,
you're probably
all my specials.
proficient.
Yeah, probably.
Possibly.
And then I'm gonna
Do you want to roll me some perception as you just walked into the room?
yeah.
Okay.
That is gonna
Okay, so
be
you-
12.
I mean, you spot the eggs. You see the eggs are there.
Yeah.
You get the sense that there's movement, but you can't quite make out what it is at that kind of distance in the darkness. Even with sort of low light vision, you can't quite make out. But you get the feeling that something is above you.
Although I think I might be able to see because I have dark vision.
Yeah, even with that, it's just you can't quite make. You can make out a shape, but
Right.
you wouldn't be able to say what it was. You just know that something's up there.
Sure. And then yeah, I guess that's gonna be my turn.
Okay. So I mean, you haven't had your action. Do you want to hold it or?
Yeah, I might want to hold it until I see the spider.
Okay.
Let me just check something real quick.
Jesse, you're up next, buddy.
So, right. So, does it look like the spider is coming down at us?
It looks like it's getting ready to start moving, or at least it's getting into a position where it could do that. You get the feeling that it's sense movement below itself and is getting into a position where it can actually size up what's going on.
Right.
The fact that the leg sort of starts spinning. It's also quite awkward because of the size of it and because of where the pillars are. You can see sort of its legs are at an odd angle because of the way it's sort of staying where it is. So there isn't a quite enough room in this chamber for it to sit comfortably in a location.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing you do sense is that it's very big. Just from the size of the legs and the mandibles, you know that this is a giant spider.
Right. No, I've being from the Underdark, I have plenty of experience with spiders.
You do?
Yes, I do. I'm gonna kind of draw the attention of those two, point upward and motion, do a spidery motion with my hand, point upwards, and then
He wants us to climb on the ceiling.
yes, cast spider climb and go climb up there. I'm gonna.
Do you want to roll me some perception or investigation of the door as well, just to
Sure. Yeah. Do I get to
mean,
choose between the two?
yeah,
Actually, they're the same anyway. So.
choose which one you like then.
13 total.
Okay. I mean, the door is a door. It doesn't look like the sturdiest door in the world. You get the feeling that enough pressure or force would open it. You also get the feeling that someone skilled or able to lockpick with the appropriate tool or item or something suitable to fit in the keyhole would also work.
Right. Not an arrowhead.
Probably not an arrowhead.
I'm gonna kind of not shout over to them, but kind of like, not whisper either, just kind of quietly mention to them that we need to get the fuck out of here now.
Okay.
If anyone wants to try the door or something. You strong guy over there. You look like you might be able to bust it down, or if anyone has anything to.
Which one are you talking to?
You look pretty strong.
I doubt that. I think I have a pretty frail frame, to be completely honest with you.
Oh.
So as you try and motion that to them, you sense some movement, some more movement, as the
Okay, I'm
rest
gonna
of
look
this.
back up then.
Yeah, as the rest of this spider's frame comes into vision, and it starts to slowly make its way down towards the
Lovely.
bottom of the chamber. It moves maybe about 20 or so foot, maybe 25 foot. So it's around 75 or so feet away, but it's now the size of this spider is becoming apparent. You know, the shape of this spider, bearing in mind that this is quite a large door that you're in front of, it looks like it would be a struggle for it to fit through this door.
All right, then I'm just gonna try and shoulder the door open, I guess.
Okay. Roll me. I mean, I'm going to say you hit the door automatically.
Right.
Roll me some damage.
Just flat out
1d4.
1d4.
Yeah, 1d4.
2.
Okay. You sense a bit of movement. You know where the lock is sitting in the joint. It's, you know, there's a bit of movement anyway, but you feel like you've maybe moved it slightly, not a huge amount, but you feel like, you know, there's something there.
Gotcha.
Okay. Jordan, we're back to you.
All right. So yeah, I see the motion thing. Do I see the spider now, or do I need to roll for it? Or...
No, it's still from where you're standing and where the door frame is. You're not, or the archway for the door. You're not able to see it. It's still 60,
right.
70 foot above you.
Did I understand what he was trying to charades to me?
It kind of went from Jesse then to me, so
I guess that's you figuring out whether you understood what he was trying to charade to you, rather than, you know, I mean, you could roll.
I mean,
for
if
it
somebody
if you wanted,
pointed up and did the universal spider crawling
Yeah.
thing, I'd have an idea.
And I think the fact that someone said spider and there's some
Yeah.
eggs in front of you is probably giving you enough to go on.
I kind of sigh, go back here. I tell him we have company. So stay behind me, and if you're trying to betray us, you're gonna have more to worry about than a spider. And I pull the lever.
Okay.
And tell him to drag his friend with him.
Okay. So the door opens. The cage opens, sorry, or the cells go up, and he jumps out. He grabs hold of his friend, who's still pretty much unconscious. He's picking him up at this point and putting him on his shoulder, more or less, and starts hightailing it towards the walkway.
Okay.
So they get to out here.
Okay.
You moving any further? Are you staying where you are? Did you?
I can't move any further. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that was just an interaction, so you could continue to move as an action the rest of your move, or
can I? Okay.
Well, you know, if you're not going to take an
like
action
a
as
sprint?
such,
Yeah.
you could dash.
Yeah.
Is that double or is it half?
Double.
I'm back, baby.
Yeah.
welcome back.
So is my the only one that's not seeing Kyle's webcam working?
Yeah.
I just see the picture, the ChibiKy logo.
Yeah, nice.
I see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Kyle, you're up.
Right. I am going to go ahead and move over towards the door.
Okay.
Gonna try and lockpick it. A lockpick.
Are you proficient with lockpicking tools, thieves' tools?
Nope.
Okay. Roll me at a disadvantage. Again, you've kind of seen these sorts of tools. You've never really seen anyone use them.
Right.
So you're going a bit from sort of your initiative of attempting this.
Oh, lovely.
Nope.
No. So I mean, you get the tools in the keyhole.
Yeah.
It's a step above mine.
You wiggle it around a bit, you know, and you look up at 25, like you've got this, and then nothing happens.
It's like I hear the clicks, and then is it that I realize that I broke the lockpick?
Yeah, I mean that you haven't got to that point.
All right.
But you're essentially just wiggling a piece of metal in a keyhole.
Right.
I'm
just gonna
back to you. Oh, yeah, carry on.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let it go, and then I'm going to I guess get ready for when the spider actually drops.
Okay.
So, did you leave the lockpick in?
Yeah, it's
lock,
in there.
Or... All right. Well, let's try to pick some locks. Why not? So I'm not proficient, but I do have sleight of hand.
What are you gonna pickpocket the door?
6 at disadvantage.
I mean, you look at Ignis like you've definitely got this.
I do.
You know that you've got sleight of hand. You've got the ability to do this, and then essentially you wiggle it around in the keyhole as well with nothing happening. At that point, the spider starts to make its way down further. It continues to head down. It doesn't look like it's making a beeline for you. It's certainly sizing up the scenario, and is encroaching into what you lot would deem as your space. It's maybe about 40 or so foot away, 45 foot away, sort of just on the peripheral of if it wanted to do something, it could. And you can see how you see these massive mandibles staring down at you. You can see these eyes glaring at you. You know, that moment when you see a spider and it doesn't move, it just sort of stays ready. It's ready if it needs to be, I think.
Scott wrote this entire story to be a therapy for his fear of spiders.
I'm now looking around the room in case there's one in here. I'm going to run out.
Right.
Jordan, back to you.
All right. I'm moving a little bit further.
Okay.
Do I need to like anything?
Sorry?
Do I need to do anything to make sure I avoid the eggs? Or?
No, you can if you want to have a look around, you can roll me a perception. If you want to just carry on
hightailing
it, then.
Yeah. And then I guess I use the rest of my movement to get over here with these guys with the rest of the 6.
Okay.
And I guess because that would be my action, I can't help with the lock or anything, can I?
No, you're there for moral support.
Yeah, I'm gonna provide any, but I do stand there.
These guys run as quickly as they can, obviously realizing there's not as much room, and they're desperately looking up at this.
Yeah, so I look
spider.
over to them and ask them how they expected to leave, because I see the door is now locked, and those guys had none on them, including I guess a key.
No, they don't have anything on them. They're not really paying much attention to what you're saying, looking dead into the eyes of this massive spider that's above you.
I just kind of glance at it and then glance back down and continue asking them.
Yeah. Ignis, back to you. I mean, they're not interested in what you're. They're almost oblivious to what you're saying.
Right.
You know, they are in a panic that they want to get out of this room.
Even the guy that's knocked unconscious.
Well, he's not so much in a panic, but
his friend is panicking for the both of them. Scott,
roll me some perception, please.
How high is the spider now?
Still about 45, 50
Jesse
foot
level
away.
high.
All right.
Hey now.
You said perception?
Yeah, please.
All right. I have a decent modifier in that.
Okay, you notice that some of these eggs are starting to crack. You know, and a number of them, not all of them, but you know, if there's hundreds of eggs in here, maybe a good 20% or so are starting to crack around the sort of shelling, and the something is happening.
I'm gonna say, guys, I think that some of the eggs are hatching.
Okay.
And then
The geezer carrying the other fellow is like, "We got to get out of here. Please just get us out of here."
Aasimar, well, do you guys have a key?
No, if we had a key, we'd be using it. You get the feeling from these two that it's certainly more than they signed up for.
Yeah. I want to try something. I just need to see what the spell does real quick. I want to cast Firebolt on the door handle, or like the lock.
Okay.
Or the wooden door.
Yeah, well, the lock and handle part of it.
Okay. I mean, we'll say you're standing right beside it. You don't have to
Right.
make a ranged spell attack. Just roll me some damage for it.
All right, cool. That is D10 plus my modifier. All right. Nice. 14 damage.
But I mean, the door takes a licking. It doesn't quite free it up, but it's hanging on in there. You know, you think that one more strike of this door and it's going flying. You know, as long as you get a good purchase on it. However, the handle does look very hot.
So I wouldn't touch that now.
Jesse, you're up.
All right, let's shoulder check that door.
Okay.
Show me what's behind door number.
Full-blown shoulder barge.
Well,
Yeah.
so Jesse goes after Kyle again now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of confused me, isn't it, Cain?
I've got Jordan was first, then Kyle, then Jesse.
Oh. All right, the
Okay.
order changed. I forgot because of...
Yeah, we re-rolled.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, this is the second one. Yes, so you're going to run up and shoulder charge it.
Yes, sir. 4
Full-blown,
damage.
full-blown shoulder charge.
Hell yeah.
Okay, as you smack the door
Nice.
comes flying off its hinges. As it does, you notice that you run literally fall flat into a staircase leading upwards, a stone staircase. Again, this is another walkway with no sides. And you can see sort of over to the edge, you see just a huge drop as the door flies off the staircase and starts tumbling downwards into the shadows. You hear, after maybe almost a second or so, you hear the thud of the door hitting some stone below. There's a stairway leading up to another room. This one you can only see into the ceiling with the angle, especially laying on the stairs with the angle upwards. You can see another stone room. You can see lots of light coming from it, but that's about it because of the angle you're at.
Well, let's fucking go.
Okay. So you're gonna head up towards the.
Yes, sir.
Okay, everybody's still in initiative at this point. Okay, so do you want to move up?
Hey, I
Yeah.
see Kyle now.
Yeah,
I reconnected.
Okay, so you make it to the top of the stairs. Roll me some perception when you get to the top.
that I can do. 20 total. Not
Okay.
natty.
So in front of you, when you get to the top of the stairs, you notice stairs are maybe, though they don't look it on this map, they're maybe sort of 25, 30 foot up to the next floor, and it's quite a climb. It's a reasonable distance up, maybe 20 foot or so. It's quite a steep incline of stairs. And when you get there, you notice a large table in front of you covered in leftovers. You see on the opposite side of a room a couple more tables that are that hold like sort of tools, just general tools, blacksmithing tools, carpentry tools. On one, you spot a set of keys. Over to your left, the left side of the room, you see a partition wall with more light coming from behind it. You can't quite make out what's behind there, but there's a partition wall, sort of wooden wall up. And over to your right is another cage. This one with a female inside. She looks scared. She looks tired. She looks weary. Beside that cage, there's another set of stairs leading upwards. No one appears to be in the area that you can see.
Okay, the cage, is it the same sort of like drop
Similar
down
sort of cage,
thing?
yeah. This one looks like it's been bolted to the floor.
And so that I'm guessing there's a lock. There's like a door. And
Yeah, I mean, have you gone into the room? Are you still on the stairs? What are you doing?
how much of a distance is there?
Is it to get to the sort of just into the room is probably about 30 foot.
Then I can only just get into
Just
the room.
about. So you step into the room. At that moment, the female sees you and she's like, please get me out of here before they come back. The keys are on the keys are on the table. Hurry. And I guess that's pretty much the end of your
That would be
action.
the end of my turn. I just kind of
Okay. So just to be clear, Jesse, then Jordan, then Kyle is the order. But
Okay.
between Jordan and Kyle are the two.
So it's my go then.
Yep.
All right. I also walk into the room. Yeah, and I guess I see this lady. Okay, so this lady is not the same one that we saw on the slime. Yeah.
No. So she's
I would hope not.
she's a dead lady
Yeah.
in the slime. This is another female.
I'm just making sure it's not like it doesn't look like the same person because I know how D&D works.
It doesn't look like the same person. However, I mean, you didn't really see the body other than there was a body. It's so far away, you could see that there was a body. That was about it.
All right. I ask who she is and why she's in here.
Keys are over on this table. She's like, me and my sisters were stopped by these men and they brought us in here. They took one of them downstairs with you. Is she all right? Where is she?
If she's not the spider, she's dead.
What? What do you mean she's dead?
I just leave it at that.
Okay.
I don't even tell her anymore. I'm still waiting for her to answer my questions.
She's like, please get me out of here.
How can we trust you?
I'm in a cage.
Yes. So are they, and I point back to our prisoners.
Well, they kidnapped us. They took all our furs, all our gold, and now we're here. And now you're telling me they've killed my sister.
Yeah. So what did you guys do to deserve this?
Nothing. They just stopped us on our way home.
And I just kind of just acknowledge her after that and let 25, or I guess Jesse's character, who I still don't know, make the judgment call on what he's going to do.
Okay. These guys panicking.
Yeah.
Do their very best to get towards the stairs. This fella's starting to get a bit tired carrying his mate. And he gets maybe sort of up to the top of the stairs, but that's kind of his whole movement. He can't get any further than that.
While he's there, am I able to ask him, if they realized that they were basically spider bait because they were locked in that room as well?
No, they told us that we needed to do this to join the group, and then they, we just thought we were going to be allowed in. Then they started locking us down here and making us do the rubbish jobs.
Well, the spider's back and your friends are gone, so I'm assuming that you were food. I think it's
starting to hit on to sort of dawn on him that he's maybe been lulled into this situation. However, he's also still quite panicked, and you can tell that he's getting a bit fed up of carrying his mate.
Just make sure you get past the top step before you put him down.
Yeah.
Or Ignis is going to have a sled trip him.
Ignis, you'll go.
Right. Gonna move up to the top.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'd hope give them a little push while you're at it.
Push down the stairs.
All right, I'm gonna
So
go.
you get to the top stairs. You didn't do anything.
I
mean,
yeah, I'm gonna
Walk over to the lady and stick his wiener between the bars.
Glory cell.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna say, oh, great, lady, it's great to actually see a good-looking face around here.
Okay, she looks more worried than anything else. You're not sure if it's because of you hitting on her at this time, or because she's just genuinely quite concerned and found out her sister's just died.
Yeah. Would I have heard her talk about the key at all?
You'd have probably you were a good 40 or so foot away, 30 foot away. So she did shout it. You might have just picked up on it. Roll me some perception, I guess.
All right.
We'll see if you did manage to pick up on it.
I mean, it was a lady who was screaming it, so.
Okay. You heard her say there's keys on the table. I mean, you didn't necessarily see which table.
Right.
And there's 3 of them sort of in this room. Do you want to do anything, or is that?
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
Okay, so you're gonna take a double move.
Yeah. Move to that table just because it's the closest.
Okay. Yep, and right in front of you are a bunch of 5 keys.
I thought the table you just passed was the closest.
That had food on it, I would.
Yeah, he could sense they went on there. You know, he had a look and couldn't see any of them.
That's where I'd hide it. I'd hide it under a plate.
There's a bunch of keys. There's 5 of them, all of them looking identical.
Right, I'm gonna grab them all.
Okay.
And then gonna move.
So bear in mind this was 30 foot just to get up this way as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's all your movement?
Yep.
Okay.
Move there, grab the keys, and then
Jesse, at this point you sense behind you more movement. This time a bit more of a frenzy of movement. You hear clearly the sounds of lots of small feet on stone. You also sense that the larger presence, because of a shadow forming in the sort of the doorway, you sense that larger presence has also headed its way down towards the floor. As you look back, you start to see a flood of smaller, glossy black creatures heading out of that door, heading down the sides of the cylinder, sort of heading upwards, and then you see a large leg slowly exit that doorway.
Do we just like roll on the steps?
So like towards us, up the stairway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Push that table down the stairs.
That table? Sure. I'm gonna.
I mean, you have things that are right at the front of the stairs to push down as well.
Yeah. No, I know. Those guys are going down.
You can just honestly just pull them to the side if you wanted.
No, they're going down. I kick.
Do a 300 kick.
Well, no, just kind of push with my foot. Really, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me an attack. He's obviously hindered in defense because he's got someone over his shoulder.
I'm guessing I'm not proficient in 300 kick. Be a straight D20.
We'll say you've got advantage.
Advantage, nice.
Because he is carrying someone.
10 total.
Okay. That hits. Roll me some damage.
Nice. 2.
Okay. That is enough to make the one holding the other one lose his balance. As you do, the unconscious one falls to the stairs and then falls off the side of the stairs, hurtling down into the darkness. The other one tumbles a little way back down the stairs towards the bottom of the stairs. It's about halfway down. Clearly very, very concerned about what just happened. Not only the fact that he dropped his friend who is clearly making his way down towards his death, but sensing how much movement is coming from the bottom of those stairs. At that point, you hear a thud.
Good. I'm booking it this way.
Are you going to close the door?
There is no door.
There's no
no door.
The door came flying off its hinges.
Okay, there wasn't a second door up top.
There's no door up on this one, no.
Right.
And that's my movement. That's my entire turn.
Okay. Jordan, back to you.
Well, he's obviously a murderer that can't be trusted, so I want to attack 25.
Okay.
Hmm.
So this is what Scott meant when we might all die in the beginning.
Well, I mean, he did just murder an innocent person, as far as we know.
True.
I mean,
Although
innocent
they did
being subjective here,
Yeah.
but they're still.
Self-preservation, my friend.
My thought exactly. That's why I'm going to put a hammer in the back of his head.
Just before you do that as well, John, roll me some perception. Okay. You obviously witnessing that and seeing the man fall down the stairs. You hear his screams and panic, but you also hear the sound of sort of spider feet, spider legs on stone. You know, that horrible sort of scratching type noise as it's making contact with the stone.
So I should throw 25 down the stairs.
Do whatever you should do whatever you deem is necessary.
See, the problem is it's Scott's story, and I don't want to mess it up by going and killing Jesse.
I mean,
being
just
a
say
buster.
non-lethal. Just say non-lethal.
Just shout it
At
as
this
you
moment in
put a
time-
hammer.
At this
Back
moment in time,
my head.
you can do whatever you like.
So
You know,
is the other
who-
guy being attacked by the spiders the guy that fell down
No,
the stairs?
the one who's downstairs is about halfway down the stairs. You know, he's laying prone. He
How close are the old spooters to him?
sorry.
How close are the old spooters to him?
So the stairs are about 30 foot. The spiders are at the one doorway, sort of flooding out of that. He's about halfway down the stairs. You're at the top of the stairs, so about 15 foot from you, and they're about 15 foot from him.
And the first guy is down in the spiders right now.
No, the first guy fell to his, you assume, death.
Fell off the side. He's
Maybe
But I'm
about
saying,
a-
isn't that down where the spiders are, or is that
They sort of
lower
no. So
than-
the spiders sort of flooding out of this room.
up the stairs.
Up towards you guys, but they're also flowing out sort of sideways. They're just, you can sense that they're baby spiders. They're exploring their surroundings, you know, and they're sort of bursting in every direction out this doorway.
I see.
This fella down here fell down maybe 100 foot into the darkness. Jesse heard a thud. It doesn't sound good for him. This guy, I'm going to put him here, is about 15 foot from the top of the stairs, 15 foot from the bottom of the stairs.
Okay. Well, because we can't see it because it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's blacked out.
black.
Oh, is it? Sorry. Hold on. Is that
Oh.
better?
Up there. we go.
Yeah.
Does
Okay.
does that help? Sorry.
Yeah. it
Yes.
does.
I didn't realize I didn't realize that was blacked out. And also you sense some.
Oh man.
I don't know if you can see these or not.
The spiders, yeah.
The spiders.
So they're sort of heading out of the doorway right about now.
There's the spiders for the viewers.
Yeah. So they're sort of they're slowly making its way. Along with this, at the moment you can see a large leg protruding from the door.
I assume I don't have any phosphorant moss laying around here, or a
roll
firefly.
Roll me investigate. No, you haven't. No, you haven't got any.
Those things aren't in here. Okay. Well, then I guess I'm not able to do that. Well, I'm probably gonna die, but I go down the stairs after the other dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm
what
not
do
too
you
worried
do-
about the baby spiders. They're just
What
kind
do
of
you
being
do?
cute.
What do you do when you get there?
Push them for no. I
Yay.
I mean, I'm gonna have to help the dude up, right?
Okay.
Yeah, to help him to his feet and start trying to push him
Yeah,
further.
I'd say you could get back to the top of the stairs with him if that's what your plan was.
Yep, that's the plan.
Okay. So we'll say that was action and movement to get back to the very top of the, sort of just into the inside of the room, about here.
Okay.
But we'll also say you've got a bonus action if you want to use it. He's looking pretty.
Kick him down again.
He's looking
I got
pretty
you,
bad.
man.
I use healing hands on him.
Okay.
I don't know
What
if
was
that's something that so you can. Okay, touch a creature equal to regain a number of HP equal to your level. So he gets a whole one.
I mean, he's looking pretty rough still.
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, on his turn,
Mhm.
he just hightails it across here, flying past the table, past the chairs, getting towards the
Yeah, I was
stairway.
going to give him my hammer, point at Chessie, and then wink, but okay.
No, he's just running. He's so worried for his life. He's running. He wants to get as far away from that doorway as possible. At that point, you see the rest, Jordan, you especially standing at the top of the stairs looking back down, you see the rest of the spider. And it's a real squeeze for this spider to get out of the doorway. You know, it's so tight, but you see it manage to sort of somehow contort its body. The bulbous sort of back of the spider just sort of squeezes through the door. The giant spider gets pretty much halfway up the stairs. The rest of the flood of spiders starts to flood up to the top of the stairs as well.
Now
They
they're
don't-
just curious.
Yeah, they don't seem to be making an attack, but they are getting into a range where if they wanted to, they could attack you. That's when you sense that even more of them start to appear. You know, what were manageable numbers now seem to be growing into a wave of
Mhm.
spiders. You know, rather than being one or two, we're talking sort of swarm territory of spiders, pretty much.
Fair enough.
Okay, Kyle, you're up. Lady is
Right.
in the cell. Is obviously she's sort of hands on the cell. She's screaming at you to help her out.
Yeah.
She's obviously sensing that something's coming from. She can hear the scurrying noise, seeing the fear, especially in this other guy's eyes as he bolted to the top of the doorway.
Right, I'm gonna run over and start trying keys.
Okay, roll me a D100.
E100. All right.
You have to get number 37 to use the proper key.
37
crap.
in a row?
Well, you got 58.
Yeah, 58. I accidentally
the-
added a +1.
You get the first key in, you turn it, you're trying to force it. She's obviously sort of urging you to hurry up. Doesn't
As they do.
She's urging you to finish. Doesn't unlock it. We'll say that this can be about, you know, using a key in a lock can be a bonus action as well.
All right.
So roll me another if you want to try it again.
Yup. 11.
Okay, you put the second key in, turn it. You know you're struggling. You don't feel like you've quite got the key in the lock, but you're turning it. You compose yourself a little bit, and you slowly turn the key as the door unlocks.
Ooh, it unlocks. All right.
At that moment in time, she sort of pushes the door as hard as she can to get out, pushing you backwards. She wants to get out of this cell, and she sort of pushes the door open and is ready to get out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab her and move as well,
Okay.
because
Okay.
I believe I can with her. I should be able to move like I think like one step up.
Yeah, I
something.
think you could probably get towards the stairs. Yeah.
Yeah.
These stairs look like they go up a reasonable distance there, and maybe another 30, 40 foot of stair going upwards. What you can see when you get to these stairs is some daylight.
Nice. I'm gonna yell down, "I see daylight."
Okay. Bear with.
Yep.
Okay. 25, your turn.
I'm headed up these stairs.
Okay. So you're going to move
Oh,
to
nothing to do with any of this spider shenanigans.
Okay. So you're heading up to the top of the stair?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
blacked out for us, by the way.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
So you're heading up. I guess you're going to sort of wait when you get to the top of the stairs?
Sure.
Okay. Roll me a perception.
5 total.
Okay.
You look back down the stairs.
You see daylight. Your eyes are struggling to focus a little bit. What you do, you smell the natural smell of the forest. You smell a fire. You know, as your eyes are beginning to focus, you see the outlines of shapes, but becoming from the darkness into the bright sort of light. It's struggling a little bit. You notice 3 figures standing in front of you. You can't quite make out who they are. They don't seem to have noticed you. But there's certainly 3 humanoid shapes in front of you. Looks like they're standing by a campfire.
Okay.
Okay.
Scott, would you like to take a break at this point? It's been like hour and a half.
Yeah, we'll just finish this little bit, and then we will. Jordan, your turn.
All right. I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I guess I get on the steps as well. 6. Whilst I'm here, I'm going to use Divine Sense, which is it's an action that I know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of me.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of using that to see if anybody in the party or the dude that's with us or something hidden around here, or I guess even those 3 people or the lady are a celestial, a fiend, or an undead, or anything like that.
No, I don't believe so. You slowly cast that spell. You're sensing for anything around you. You don't sense any fiends, any celestial beings.
Okay. So the sex fiend in our party also doesn't pop
That,
under the radar.
that doesn't quite shine through.
Okay.
I mean, you get the feeling, but it's not necessarily a sense that that's the case.
Okay.
I'm just checking to make sure. But
yeah, I am too, because I think Jordan's meter is going haywire.
yeah, you don't sense any of those things.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
You do sense a fuck off great big spider though. Okay, so everybody sort of makes their way to the top of the stairs. And that's where we'll take a break.